My name is Dixie Swanson, and I'd like to think I'm something of an odd duck who waddles down the middle of the road. I was diagnosed at age 45 with systemic lupus. Now, lupus is sort of the ugly stepsister to rheumatoid arthritis. It doesn't gnarl up your joints. It just inflames anything it pleases. When I had a lot of pain, I would tell myself stories to take my mind off of my woes. I've always been a word person, a book person. Books are air to me. I inhale them all the time, every day. It was the stories that saw me through. I made them up in my head, and some of them I wrote down, but I worked on them mostly just in my head. And finally, they had to come out. There wasn't room in there for anything else. And so I became a writer. I had stories in my head, and one of the first that wanted to come out was The Accidental President. Of course, I thought of it as one story, but as I began writing it, I realized it was actually 3 stories: The Accidental Senator, The Accidental President, and The Accidental President Returns. I wondered what would happen if you took a smart, young, apolitical woman and dropped her into first the Senate and then the Oval Office. Now, I wanted a heroine who knew how to make good decisions in situations of uncertainty. So I chose for the heroine Abigail Adams, who was an emergency room doctor for children, because there is no job that prepares you for the presidency. But if you have been an emergency room physician, you know that you are playing for keeps, there are no do-overs, and you have one shot to get it right. And so that's who I dropped into first the Senate and then into the Oval Office. She's a member of a very unusual family, a patchwork family. It's a family of 4. It's Abigail, her older sister Priscilla, who is a United States Senator who is dying of breast cancer when the books open. Regina Temple, their guardian from when they were children. She has raised both Abigail and Priscilla, and she did it on her nickel. And she also took in her nephew, Duke Temple. So we have 2 sisters, an aunt, and a nephew. And they are a delightful family until one of them, Priscilla, begins a dance to the death with cancer. I was really surprised at the reaction to the book. People loved it. I was thrilled that my readers wanted more. But a book takes a while, so I decided to feed the crowds by putting up a blog on my website. The name of the blog is Dixie's Words. My website is www.dixieswanson.com. And my readers love it. But I try to just spark an interest a point of view they may not have heard. I hope that you will visit my website, dixieswanson.com, read a blog or 2. It's open 24/7, it's free. Read my books, The Accidental President Trilogy. It's in its 2nd printing. And then let me know what you think, because it's all about the dialogue between reader and writer.